Hi everyone, I'm Jalith, founder of mrsmojo.co.uk, which I set up to help frazzled mums become fabulous. And welcome back to video 3, the third and final part of my Get Your Mojo Back training series. If you missed yesterday's video, then it was all about the hidden nasties that are in our food, which are pretty much getting in the way of your willpower and pretty much stopping you and your family from being healthy, happy and confident. But don't worry, you can catch it just by watching or pressing even the watch it now button. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal how you can stay motivated to be healthy even when you've had so little sleep, it's cold and it's dark outside and your kids are running riot. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn all of the motivational tips you'll ever need to get through anything life can throw at you. Now, whenever you set off on a journey to make changes in your life, you believe generally that it'll either come down to motivation or having willpower. I often get other mums telling me that they wish they had the motivation to exercise, or the motivation to stop eating rubbish, or the motivation to start and do something for them in their me time. And my reply is simple: you can. If you just spend your life wishing that you're a different size, healthier, happier, more confident, that you had more time in each day for yourself, then the problem is you're just going to sit there and waste your time wishing. You'll start to get down about the situation because nothing's going to change, and the more you get down, the more likely it is that you're going to reach for those biscuits, the cakes, the coffee. You're going to make excuses not to exercise, and you're going to feel like a hamster just stuck on its wheel. Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's coming up in tomorrow's video, and it is something that is very close to my heart and something that I've been working on for a very, very long time. It pretty much offers you everything that research shows works when you're trying to make some changes to be more healthy, more happy, more confident. But more on that tomorrow. For now, I'd like you to sort of get some real learning from this video. So I'm going to talk about now on what you can do to improve your motivation. So a good place to start is to understand the definition of motivation. So what is motivation? Now there's one definition I quite like, in that it says motivation is the reason for acting or not acting in a particular way. And one of my favourite psychological studies that was carried out on children involved a guy who sat at a table with a child and said, right, okay, you can have one marshmallow now, or I just need to nip out of the room and come back, and if you can hold off eating this one marshmallow, which he did put in front of them, you can have 2 marshmallows. Now it sounds a bit cruel, but it's testing something that is very, very important. What they found from that research is the children who were able to say, I'm going to wait for marshmallow number 2 while this guy goes out and not eat the first one, they generally were able to distract themselves and get up and walk away and not look at that marshmallow and not even think about that marshmallow. Now what they did, they then found that these children were happier, more happier in later life. They actually had achieved higher marks at school than the kids who'd just given in and had the first marshmallow and that marshmallow and nothing else. And they were actually earning more money than the kids who'd just given in and had the first marshmallow. And what this shows you is the power of emotional intelligence. So it's being able to control your emotions and your needs, and those drives that you feel are forcing you to maybe grab that marshmallow and run. And that's what I personally believe motivation is. So when I'm motivated to do something, I focus on the benefits as what I'm going to get from the behaviour. So whenever I'm about to do something, I can question myself and think, right, is this going to get me closer to my goal? Is this going to help move me closer to my goal? And if the answer is no, then I won't do it. It's a great and easy, simple thing to try. I got into a habit, especially after baby number 2, of having a milky coffee, which I love, and a biscuit. which generally ended up into 2 and then 3 biscuits, as you know could happen. Especially when I was feeling tired, my kids were fighting or whinging and the house was a mess, I had loads to do. I just thought, oh, I need an escape, I want my coffee and my biscuit. So now, to stop me getting back into that habit, if I want to have a nice cup of decaf coffee, to stop me reaching for the biscuit or the caffeine, I just say, is this going to get me closer to my goal of being a size whatever or being healthier? And if the answer is no, then that's it, I don't do it. This will stop you reaching for those biscuits and just feeling the guilt that you have afterwards, or the disgust that you feel about yourself and the loathing, and you sort of beat yourself up. Why did I have more biscuits? Especially when obviously that one biscuit can lead to 2 or 3. So if you can recognise that the urge you feel for the biscuit and that coffee is in fact maybe the need to feel appreciated or to have a break or to feel as though you're doing a good job, then you can meet that need in another way, and one that's not going to have a negative impact upon your body. So everything we feel and the way we act is based on emotions and thoughts. Yet we interpret each emotion and thought based on our experience of life. It's sort of if you strip behaviour back, it just shows you we all strive for something that's going to give us pleasure, or something that's going to avoid pain. So an example of this is when I had a very, very rare night out with a friend. I got the last train home, I was in bed for just after midnight, and I'd only had a few glasses of wine. I really, really needed my sleep. Yet my kids woke up 1 hour earlier than normal that following morning for no reason whatsoever, and because of this they were cranky, they were whingy, and they spent the first few hours of that morning crying, fighting, knocking things over, being clumsy. And you know what? After about, say, 3 cups of coffee and 2 chocolate bars, I was just on the floor, kitchen floor, in the corner, sobbing because I just felt so tired, so down, in need of a break, and I just felt so bad about the fact I'd reached for the coffee and some chocolate to try and pick myself up. So I felt even worse. Had I known then what I do know now, then my day could have been completely different. I'm feeling tired, so I need a break, and I'm not getting one. So I could have just maybe snuggled up on the couch with the kids and explained, Mummy's really tired today, and maybe had a nice little break watching TV with them or reading a nice book. So emotional intelligence is strengthened by working out your responses and reactions in advance. So basically, if you know what you're going to say or do in advance, then it helps strengthen your motivation, your willpower, and your emotional intelligence. I'll give you an example of this. If you know that you're going out with your friends, say it could be a Christmas party, and there's going to be masses and masses, so tables full of food that you really don't want to eat. You don't want to put any weight on, you don't want to eat them, but you know that once you've had a drink or 2, you're not going to be able to say no. Now what you can do in that instance is you can visualize seeing the food well in advance. So before you even get to the party, maybe weeks before, just visualize seeing yourself taking the food and only taking 1 plate of that food. And you can tell yourself, if there's a table full of rubbishy food that I shouldn't eat, remember, I will take 1 plate. And you can repeat this time and time again in the build-up, maybe weeks before. Imagine that you're seeing this as a movie in your head, so make it really vivid colours. See yourself only taking 1 plate of rubbishy food and then feeling great the next day that you only had that 1 plate. So making the movie really vivid and colourful makes your brain think it's as real as possible. So in your mind's view, you've already been in this situation, you've already coped, and you've only taken that 1 plate of food. I know it can seem a bit far out there, but it works, and it works to rehearse things in advance, and then you're more prepared. Now, high motivation can also overcome weak willpower, especially when it comes to rewards. Financial rewards can work quite well, and also the promise of maybe giving yourself something or getting something once you've achieved a small step of what you need to take. So just to give you an example, if you can say no to maybe that packet of crisps that seem to be calling your name today, then maybe you can promise yourself 10 minutes of reading a book that you want to read in bed, or maybe a nice hot bath. And again, if you've managed to do that, what a lot of people do is then say the next day is reward themselves with eating loads and loads of rubbishy food as a binge. We don't want to do that. So have a pamper, a hot bath, or even buy yourself a new outfit for managing not to eat the food that you don't want to eat. Just do anything it takes to make you feel good about the changes that you want to keep on making in your life. And the more you do this, the stronger your willpower and motivation will become. It's just like how exercise can strengthen the muscles. Keeping your blood sugar levels constant also helps with willpower. So eating regular healthy meals means that you've got more self-control to say no to eating the rubbishy things that you should be avoiding. This is one I'm terrible for, but getting enough sleep helps you keep on track as well. I mean, there have been weeks where I've felt like everything has been falling apart. I've been the shouty, nagging mother that I don't want to be. I've been too tired to exercise, and I've said yes to eating the rubbish normally I would have said no to. Now looking back, these have been the weeks I have had not enough sleep. So sleep is really important, and I know it's easier said than done, generally because the amount of hours sleep you get is down to your kids. But if you can feel yourself getting weepy or needing coffee more than often, then just give yourself a break and have an extra early night or two. So willpower and motivation can also be enhanced by having a positive mood, behaviour and a positive attitude. So one of my favourite sayings is by Henry Ford, and it is, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Now that really sums up motivation for me in one go, because it's all about the power of your attitude, your thoughts, and what your beliefs and everything else that's going on inside of your head. Now I'm going to go into these in more detail at a later date, because I realise that this video is getting a little bit long. But one key thing to sort of take from that is the power of your thoughts. And one way you can control your thoughts is by saying affirmations. Now affirmations are pretty much just a saying that you can go over and over in your head. They don't really work if you're saying it like a parrot and just going, I am this, I am this, I am this. You really need to get that feeling behind it and believe that what you are saying out loud is true or is already happening. So one affirmation that I've come across just recently, and I really quite like it in terms of the health and the happiness and the confidence, is, my body is healthy, my mind is brilliant, my soul is tranquil. So imagine you can just stand in front of the mirror as you're getting your makeup on in the morning or getting dressed or in the shower. Just, my body is healthy, my mind is brilliant, my soul is tranquil. Just over and over again, and just imagine your body being healthy, your mind being brilliant, and your soul being tranquil, and you will really feel it, and you'll start to get into a much more positive frame of mind, and you'll have much more better experiences in each day. So that's all I've got time for today. I hope you gained something from this the video, and I do thank you for watching it. If you liked what you saw, then please share it with your friends, and don't forget to leave all your comments, questions, feedback in the box below, because I do read them each day and I get back to as many of you as I can. I do have more key tips coming up on motivation in other videos, as well as sort of information on beliefs and the power of your thoughts. So I will be letting you know about those at a later date. However, we've got more information in particular about my big secret that's coming up in tomorrow's video. It's a very exciting video for me. And it's a very exciting day because, like I say, I've had this big secret for a very, very long time. It's very close to my heart, and it is something that I have been working on for what feels like ever. I really can't wait to reveal all to you tomorrow. So please, please don't miss out. See you then, and thanks again for watching.